because Facebook will like after 10 minutes they won't let me go live. So and I'm already late. So sorry guys. Thank you again for joining us for another review of our shows Love and Marriage Huntsville and also Ready to Love season 5 when they are in DC. So we're just gonna get started. And Brittany, we're gonna talk more after. So yeah, literally don't forget to like stay on a little bit afterwards. But yes, so I think we should go ahead and start with Love and Marriage. No. Let's go ahead and start with Ready to Love. Get that out the way. And we will talk about that. So before we got on live, guys, Brittany and I was talking about how we're just not like, well, I can only speak for myself. I'm not really feeling this season. And I don't know what is going on. I don't know if the casting director, the executive producer from last season got sick or something or the season before, but it's not giving. It's not giving what it's used to give. And I'm like really upset about it. I don't want to talk about the people because we're all God's children kind of thing, but it's just something with this cast. It's not the same. It's not fun. Like, even when I'm reading the comments, people are like, I don't see no connections being made. Do you?
No. Like, no, not really. And my thing is, it's like, are they lasting? I kind of feel like they're building stuff off of a show that pretty much just want, views, because I watch Love at First Sight. I watch Marriage at First Sight, and they have a little couples cam thing where they still have like 10 couples that are still together and they all talk. And that's a successful, place to build a relationship. You get married at first sight. But then you have something like Ready for Love, and now we're in season 3, 4, and it's like, okay, who's still together? So the show is obviously not working. So I think that's more so kind of like what it is for me. Like people just want to be on TV. It's like a circus.
So did you hear the tea? Speaking of which, of who's still together, did you hear what's going on these social media streets about Liz and Jason?
I know that they're not together, but I don't know what happened.
Well, allegedly, this is allegedly because I don't need nobody coming to sue me. No, I'm playing. Allegedly, Jason got someone else pregnant.
Oh my gosh, I can believe that with her when she posted dodging a bullet. Oh, I can believe that. Now I see why. I was like, did you really dodge a bullet? Like, was it that extreme? Wow. That's pathetic.
And allegedly, she's like the lady is kind of far along. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not like they just broke up and now she's pregnant kind of thing. It's like maybe some overlap. That's what's being like insinuated. But girl, yeah, it's on these YouTube streets, girl.
And that's my thing. It's like, we fresh. They too fresh for him to be cheating. He was cheating on her. Either way, he was cheating.
Yeah, right. That's basically what we were hitting at. But honestly, I never really liked them together to begin with. Like, honestly, I was very upset that they ended up being together. I like what someone said. I wish that Liz would have chose herself and then picked nobody, because obviously her and Jason wasn't equally yoked or matched, in my opinion. Like, besides him being younger, he wasn't ready to be abstinent. You know what I mean? I feel like people shouldn't do that for anybody. And we'll talk about that with Cornelius and Courtney. Like, I feel like you shouldn't do that for your partner. I feel like it should be something you're already doing or practicing.
Exactly.
So
me too.
I felt like that wasn't going to work. Right. So we go. So let me go ahead and pull up the cast so we can start talking about this season. But I just had to give you that little tea, and I had to give y'all that tea if y'all didn't hear it,
Wow. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense. I'm just ready for some who's still together.
Yes.
You know what? The only couple that I know that may be still together is and then they wasn't even together after the show. He ended up Sheba, what's her name? Sheba and Tommy or something. Sheba and Marcus. And the only reason why they still together, they didn't even choose each other. He doubled back and got her.
Oh, I didn't know that. Do you know that
Mario? I think his name is Mario and Sheba.
Oh, Mario and
Reva, yes. I think they still together, but he didn't even choose her. He doubled back, and
I remember because he picked Tandy. He wanted Tandy at first, and then he did that little dirty thing on national TV and went over there. They are still together. Isn't that interesting? The messy couple, right? The mess of it all.
He got what he wanted and he bounced. That's kind of like the movement here.
That's what, I kind of felt that too.
Yeah.
Too.
He got what he wanted.
Where is my light? Because I feel like I need light behind me. But if I don't find it, it's okay. I know somewhere around here. But we're ready to love. The first date I want to say was, let's see here. When I look at him, I can remember. I think it was Walter, right? Walter and Zadia. You remember that date?
You gotta show me pictures, Zadia.
Okay.
I still haven't got to know. I think I know the guys a little bit more than I know the women.
And remember, they went on the toenail. They met at the toenail date. Okay. Remember that date?
I don't get the chemistry though with them.
I don't either.
I don't see it there. I feel like it's so forced. I feel like it's like daughter and dad type chemistry. I don't get man and woman. I'm sorry.
You know what? That is someone else said something about. Okay, speaking of which, when I was because their date really didn't give anything, so I'm gonna go to Aisha. Another reviewer that I watch, her name is Auntie's Advice on YouTube. She felt that way about Aisha and Phil. Remember, like during their date, and what she revealed and what she shared about like having kids and stuff like that.
Yeah,
she felt like she didn't see the connection between her and Phil too. What do you think about that?
I feel like it might be one-sided, maybe. I feel like the connection is her, but I feel like he doesn't like her like that. But I feel like she really like him like that for her to share that. But it's just like, I'm gonna need some of these people to get therapy. It's like, it's no way we should be crying on dates with men that we only known for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm sorry. I mean, I know it was a nice moment. She was able to share with them, but I'm gonna need them to get some therapy. That is inappropriate to me.
Okay, but is it because I feel like, all right, it's because the topic what it was. Like it was a a touching topic is probably why she cried.
And she's still crying like that, teary-eyed and two different things. She need to get her some therapy for that. She need to get some therapy. She ain't healed.
Okay, I see. Teary-eyed versus okay.
Yes, I mean it's a difference. It's saying like it just happened yesterday.
Wow, I like that. I like this. I really do, because I'm like, okay, I didn't even think of it like that. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a sense. Like I can understand why she's crying, but like you said, it's a difference if you get teary-eyed, just thinking about it kind of thing versus like boo-hooing. That is good.
You gotta stop the date and cry. And I know this man. To be honest, I know. For me, men, it takes a long time for men to really love you and care about you, because they pretend all the time. This man probably like, oh, it's okay, it's all right, like.
And then
I bet that'd have been uncomfortable for me.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
But you don't want to be the bad guy because you're on TV.
You're right. And then you're saying something as well, like with the one-sidedness, because even when they went back to the men's cave, he still felt like Shyla was his deepest connection. So even though she was vulnerable in that way, he still liked the other girl. Okay. All right. Okay. Exactly. So we are cooking with grease now. All right. So I think that was the next date. Let's talk about the double date with Newman and
Frank.
Sabrina. And
okay. Oh yeah,
this Frank. And Frank the shaker, shaking Frank. Let me see. Frank and Dante. What did you think about the double date?
Baby, let me tell you something.
Tell me.
Dante and Sabrina. Sabrina is trying her best to be chosen. I feel like she's making the conversation. She's asking all the questions. She's giving goo eyes. I feel like she's trying to really. I feel like she's there for love, but it's she's desperate to me by the way she looks and the way she carries herself and her energy that she gives. She gives me pick me vibes. And Lumen and Frank, she really do. And Lumen and Frank, I mean, I feel like the sexual chemistry is there. I feel like they're attracted to each other, but I feel like Frank, they on the two different levels. Like you said, when you celibate and you chose to have that journey, you really can't be with nobody that don't understands that, because they are always trying to take you off track. So I feel like Frank is not the right man for Lumen.
Me either. I feel the same exact way. Oh, so I want to get your opinion on going back to Dante and Sabrina.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about him having multiple baby mothers or children, mothers of his children, three
Three.
different children with three different women? I can't say it. I'm trying to say it the politically correct way as best I
I'm
could.
sorry, I can't do it. For me, that's a red flag for me.
And
I'm
yeah,
sorry. It just is. Now maybe if he had two, maybe he had two baby mamas, I can't judge. My sister, I can't judge. But when you go
mm-hmm.
to three, it's like, okay, the first one didn't work. So it's okay. The first one didn't work. So then you go to a second one, it didn't work. But then you go to I feel like after the second one didn't work, it's no need for a third one. And you the man. I feel like when you're a woman, it's kind of different. But when you are a man, you actually kind of like chose those women, and you could have chose to stay and have the kids in a household. And because at that point, you just, I don't know, it's a red flag. I couldn't do it, especially with her only having one child.
I like that. People do feel like it's a red flag because it's almost like he's being reckless with his seed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're not even really caring in a way.
yeah,
So I wanted
yeah,
definitely to get your opinion on it because someone brought up a good point. It would be different if he had three kids with his ex-wife. You know what I mean? Like, okay,
yeah,
we get that. But
yeah,
three different women and three
yeah,
different kids, like, okay.
exactly. Like you need to go back and pick out which baby mama you want, which one gonna be the best fit for you. Because you don't need to be looking for no more women. You need to figure out which one of them three baby mamas is more your type.
Mm, that's good.
That's how I think about it. I think when a man got three plus baby mamas, you need to go back to one of your baby mamas and see which one best fits you, because it's just not a good look. I would not date a man like that.
I like that breakdown, right? Because come on now, one of them got to be, you know what I mean?
One
One
of
of
your
them.
type. They was then.
Exactly. So let me read this comment from Stay Tuned Reviews. This is my boy. Like, I love his channel. I love his reviews too on YouTube. He said, all Frank has to do is whisper sweet nothings to Moomin, and them draws will drop quicker than Popeyes can run out of chicken. Respectfully speaking. You know what? I agree. You know what? Because Moomin isn't like, okay, I went to Moomin's Instagram page. She's a praise and worship leader
Okay.
at her church. Like she really
Oh
do
wow.
sing, like for real. And I'm just like, I don't think
Wow.
she really should have been on this show because I thought she was like maybe an R&B singer because she doesn't mind people getting close to comfort. Because remember how Corey just slid on behind her in her personal space,
Yeah.
and then I
Yeah.
didn't like Frank is very lustful to me. Like, why you always want to
Very.
be doing some like kissing stuff? He was like that on Aisha, all in the booth,
Yes.
all over her, what? Like, I don't like it. I don't
It's
like.
too much.
But why him and Courtney need to get together? They both sexual and they need to have that. Like, it's so weird to me how
Exactly.
like the people that should be together are missing each other. Like
Yeah.
Movement and Cornelius need to talk. They both waiting. Like,
Yeah.
why
Exactly.
aren't these connections happening? Like, why aren't the right ones
Exactly.
working? It's so annoying. But yeah, so I was like very surprised that like she was all on him. And once I really figured out like what she really does in real life, and not trying to
Hmm.
judge her, but I was just like really surprised. Like, I'm like, Moment, I know somebody at that church probably like her. She don't need to be on this show. I know it's some guy in the audience or something that that is right there. This is a waste to me. For me, like Nana actually know what she does. I'm like, girl, you don't need to be on this show to find
We'll
love.
see, honey. I don't see her finding love, but
I don't either. Unless she meets up with Cornelius. Unless
yeah,
I would like to see that.
that's
Let me
true.
see. The super saved Christians are the most tempted. We fall down, but we get up. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. We do be tempted. But I feel like I could see if she just was like a regular church lady, but she actually sings in front of the church. So meaning like she's gonna have men eyes on her. So that's why I'm like,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, everybody might be married in the church.
That's true, but like maybe when they go to different churches or something, I just feel like she got a good dating pool. Like, and
I mean, all she can do is just, if they're not coming up to her, there's nothing that she can do. I mean, obviously they did not, they're not walking up to her. So I mean, if she had all these church men just throwing themselves at her, she got to holler every week. She probably wouldn't go on there, but they're not biting. They're not biting little mean, honey.
Maybe it's just not her time, it's not her time to be
that
found.
Too.
Yeah.
That too.
So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So let me read. Cornelia sees the plump rump of Camille and it made him speak in tongues. Camille has a type of body that could make a brother rededicate his life to Jesus. Camille body is thinking.
Camille got a nice body for all, but she got a personality that'll make you see Jesus. So is it really worth it? Do you want to see Jesus early? Because that woman is crazy.
Yeah. That okay?
And I don't think about it.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Reviews. Are you going to like? Does her body trump her personality? Talk to us.
Yes.
Or you right? Let us know. Let us know the real. Oh, damn! No, I gotta get your opinion on this. I forgot we skipped this date. What did you think about the date with Sabrina and the new boy? What's the new guy's name?
I don't remember. You know what? I think they're a good match. I saw chemistry there. I still got the pick me vibes, but more so. But when she was on her second date with the other guy, I got more pick me vibes. But on the first date, I feel like she didn't have to initiate kind of like all the questions. I feel like she didn't have to try so hard. I feel like she was more so herself and she was soft and delicate. And I feel like he just like, I don't know. I felt the chemistry. I feel like they are a good match if he gets over the wanting the kids. I feel like they could be a good match.
They was calling her out. Sabrina, that's my girl. I like her because like she'll like my tweets and stuff like that. So I like her. But they call her out because you notice how she was talking Korean with him. But when the guy on Tyrone was like, "Oh, I was in Korea. I know this Korean song."
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I don't know. I don't know Korean like that. So that goes to show you. People will like you. People will show, like, they show up differently depending on if they like you or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not the message, just the messenger.
So I just wanted to bring that up. But I wanted your opinion on the kid thing. Because I'm like, oh, I feel like Brittany is going to have something to say. Because, he is older and he doesn't have children yet. And he keep going after the women that already have kids. That's probably like,
and that's what he needs to go after. If he wants kids, he needs to go after the women that has kids. Because if he wants kids, the only thing he's going to be dating is 20-something, 30-something years old, and he's too old for that. He should have been had kids. For me, it's too late for you to talk about you want kids. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sure it's some older women that want kids that's 40, but it's like, come on, that's kind of rare for a woman to be that age and say, okay, I want kids.
That's true. Yeah, because they're almost done, and they're like, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I mean, Sabrina may have a kid for him. I mean, her kid is 8 or 9. That's not too far off.
But I guess he wants his own child,
No, I'm saying like her kid is not in college or high school.
Oh, okay.
Her kid is still like in middle school. So I don't see why she wouldn't be open to it. You get what I'm saying? She don't have older kids that's out the house.
True, but I guess because she's also 45, and maybe some women used to like starting at that age, like they really don't want to go back to car seats, and I could, unless it's your first time, like Kenya. You know what I mean, like Kenya, or well, what's her name? Portia wasn't as old, but you know what I mean, like
Janet Jackson.
Yeah, right. Unless it's your first kid, but I guess maybe Sabrina feel like, I don't know. I went through that. I just don't really see myself going back there again. So, wait, let me read these comments. Stay tuned. Reviews wrote us back. He said, "Ha ha ha. Yeah, no guy. I know. No guy I know. Why I can't read? No guy I know will put up with Camille's personality after the second or third smash session. Oh, okay. So they would hit her. Okay. She's too crazy and annoying, but she will be sought after for a good time in the sack. Stay tuned, reviews. Do you feel like that's maybe the reason why Aisha is getting a lot of attention? Because she be on a lot of dates. Like and who else is a top dater? Like they always getting asked out on dates. Like I'm always seeing them, somebody pursuing them. Do Aisha give off those like good time vibes too? Because I really feel like that's what she gives me. Like she gives me like that fun kind of girl. Just looking at her. Yeah, she got depth.
Yeah, just
looking at her.
Like, I wouldn't even say, you know what? I ain't gonna even lie and say just looking at her. I ain't about to say that because I feel like her vibe gives serious businesswoman.
Really? I really feel about the blonde hair and the tattoos.
You know what? I don't like the blonde hair.
I don't either. I feel like just gotta tone it down. See, it's cute on Sabrina because it's short. You know what I mean? So it works. It's not too much in your face.
You know what? I'm gonna say it's case by case for me because in some scenes I like her blonde hair, and then some scenes I'm like, oh, I don't like it. Like in her green screen, I don't like it. But when she's on her dates, I'm like, I like it. So I don't know. I'm not gonna totally rule out the blonde hair, but it haven't totally won me over either.
You know who? Oh, and then it's this YouTuber called Little Black Book. He do like interviews with dumb actors. Yeah, okay. He had Carrie on here, and she looked so nice with dark hair. I felt like her break. It was all one color, and she looked like real nice. And girl, someone interviewed Libba, and it was like, "This is the story of the busted weave," because her hair was like kind of messed up on the show.
Baby, like she just came from the gym working out.
She explained that they weren't allowed to be in communication or talk to anybody for 2 weeks before they went on the show because of COVID. So she had to like make do with her doing her own hair. So I was just like, dang, man, that is kind of
girl. Somebody could have came to her house and did her hair. And obviously those other women ain't listening. What the people got a camera on you's fine. I'd be doggone if I'm going on the show looking toe up.
Right, national TV. Right. And she was like, I just was trying to do my own hair. So I got the little backstory on that. But let me see. Did I read? Okay. It's unfair to the men of the show when most of the women don't want to have any more kids. It's like the women being cast on the show where most of the men only want women under 120 pounds. Okay. I get it, but at the same time, with them being older, it's kind of like maybe they may have moved out of that phase of their life, even for the men. Like even maybe the men that didn't have kids, maybe they're just like, okay, I'm older. It's okay. So I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. It's like you said, he just probably just going to have to date someone younger. You see him and what's her face? Tisa hit it off and she said it right then and there.
Yeah.
She said, I'm ready to have babies. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know if that's gonna happen because I don't know. It seemed like he don't. I feel like Tisha, she trying to get chosen, okay? But I don't think he likes to see it like that. Not like that.
Was it me? But when he said, okay, all right. When he said she gives off Jill Scott vibes, that kind of let me know everything I needed to know about how he felt about her, because we're not saying Jill Scott isn't a beautiful woman or nothing like that, but like, that's a kind of vibe, like, it's a kind of like vibe she gives off too, So when he said that, I was like, oh, like it, it kind of like made me think like,
what's wrong with him saying that? I mean, that's just like somebody saying he gives out Morris Chestnut vibes. I mean,
okay, but come on, now. We all know Morris Chestnut is seen as like a sex symbol kind of person.
But she can be seen as a sex symbol as well. I feel like we let society kind of fool us into thinking that somebody like to see you is not worthy and all of that. But I feel like he meant well.
not that she's worthy. You even sent me the little clip about people like sides and stuff like that. So not to say that they're not worthy. You still can find love, but it do maybe like shrinks your pool a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it just shrinks your, because it's okay. Everybody may not like that look. Everybody may not like a skinny girl either. You know what I mean? It just could just shrink your pool a little bit. So that's all I'm saying. It's just like, and not even, maybe not even her size or anything like that, but I feel like Jill Scott give you that, you know, cool chick kind of vibe, kind of like that.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I'm a sing.
Okay, I kind of get that one, like the friend thing.
Yeah,
friend
like
thing.
Right. They don't really give that, you know,
like sister next door.
You're right. Yeah. They don't.
Okay.
Because
I don't think Sophia is that big. Honestly, I don't think she's that big to where. And I wouldn't say being big shrinks your pool. But I will say being big kind of makes you a target. Just because of what I believe in my mind about, people that's big. I feel like it kind of makes you a target, and I just believe that like people should be with like people. I feel like it's kind of, I would look at a relationship where a man is big, or a woman is big, and they have a small partner that lives in the gym. I would kind of side eye that. That's just me.
Right. Equals. Okay. No. All right. No, I know what you're saying. I know they seen that Jill Scott, what she was doing was, but see, that's the thing that always gets me with people like Jill Scott and Lizzo. It's like they throw their sexuality in our faces to kind of like convince us or to make us believe that they are sexy. Like, okay, no, we get it. You don't have to like twerk and do all that extra stuff.
So I didn't see that. I don't know what he's talking about. I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, you go and watch it. Like she was, and it just be coming off like too much. It was almost like, remember how Lizzo had her butt out?
Yeah.
At that basketball game.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's too much. We know it's okay. Like,
I didn't know
you
that.
are beautiful. You're sexy.
I didn't know Jill Scott did something like that.
Oh yeah. So I'm not saying that they don't got sex appeal. Like they have a whole little like section.
I mean, I can see how he got the vibe though. She does look like a little like Jill Scott, with some natural hair. I feel like they can probably be sisters.
I just would not like somebody to say that about like Jill Scott. I mean, no, she's a beautiful woman. It's just like, really? I wouldn't like nobody to say I was giving them Erykah Badu vibes. Like, really?
Nah, baby, I like Erykah Badu. I'll take either one of them.
Yeah, I don't want to be in that, like, that Afrocentric vibe kind of. Like.
I feel like I'll be inside of you. Tell me I give you Lil' Kim vibes. That's when we gonna have a problem.
Because Lil' Kim was cute. Which era of Lil' Kim? Are you talking about when she was?
Either one. I don't want nobody to tell me I give them Lil' Kim vibes. I don't want to be her in no era. None.
Yeah, just say I give you 90s, that 90s vibe, that 90s love, Nia Long kind of vibe, that's a good vibe,
Yeah.
All right. So he says Sean likes to see his youth and willingness to have kids, but he's more physically attracted to Sabrina.
Yeah.
Do you think that physical attractiveness is going to win out in the end, or the fact that, maybe him wanting kids is going to trump that? That's what I would ask.
No, that physical was gonna happen. Because I mean, even after they discussed not having kids, he still told her, "I want you." So I don't know. I feel like the chemistry was so good. I feel like if he's gonna sacrifice for somebody, it would be her. I feel like he's most compatible with her.
Yeah, and I actually like him and Aisha too. I really like their little date. I was almost hoping that maybe Aisha would compromise on a kid thing. I don't know.
I like their date until I see him and Sabrina. I see him and Sabrina, and I think he gonna leave by himself or he gonna leave with Sabrina.
Okay. Oh, but it seemed like her friends is gonna get into him on a preview, so I don't know. All right, so let's talk about. I want to say this was the last date, Courtney and Cornelius.
No, we got to talk about that Camille and that who was she was talking about finances and
Camille and Naum. Okay. Yeah. All right. So first, what are your thoughts on him? Because we don't get a chance to really talk about him. Do you think
you know what? I feel like he's not bad. I feel like he's a nice, calm guy. I feel like he doesn't have a big mouth. I feel like you notice him without him having to do flips and dance and all of that. I feel like his aura is very nice and he's a humble guy. And I feel like he's not easily, not like easily bothered like that. But I feel like Camille can bother anybody. It was the facial expressions for me. It was the asking him about his finances for me. Cause let me tell you something. I was so mad when Camille did not leave last night. Next time women get eliminated, she best to leave. I can't watch another episode. She really irks my soul. I cannot deal. Who let her out of the mental institution? Something is not right.
She gives me, well, my mom said something like this. She used to maybe always being a pretty girl or getting a lot of attention. So, you know how sometimes if you're attractive, you get away with a lot of stuff. So maybe she just don't realize how she coming across. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't feel like she that attractive though. Not to act the way she acting. I'm sorry. I don't think she's that attractive to be acting that way.
So let me put in a little tea. But this is actually a real tea.
Okay.
So she had got a lot of backlash from last week's episode.
Okay.
Seeing what she was saying to him. And then that's when Cornelius had to come out on her behalf and was like, she has apologized. She's a nice woman. Blah, 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 blah. And then that's when Naeem came out and was apologizing to her on her behalf for their date too. So, you know how people always try to say it's editing, but I'm like, I don't think they edit your face to look like that. You know what I mean? They did not edit those words that was coming out of your mouth. That's actually how you really feel. But people I just brought that up to say people was not feeling her and obviously went to attack her because he had to speak out and was like, y'all, it's okay, chill kind of thing. So that's why it makes me think she just don't know. I don't know. Her body is nice.
Don't have a clue.
Her body is nice. Maybe that's also brought her up because I was looking at one of the pictures and she was walking. It's like, oh my gosh. Is that how? I wonder if she had any work done. But she do look good. She do look good. That's why her body. But, yep. They should hire me. No, not really hire me, but I want to come up. Maybe that's a post that I will write, first date questions. Why don't people ask just normal questions? I don't even think you should ask people if they want more kids or right away either. Try to get to know the person.
No, I think that's a good first date. I do.
Do you want more kids?
I think the finances is not a good first date. Maybe I can't pinpoint it, but it's definitely not first, second date questions. Maybe not even third date, but I feel like kids, if you want kids, because I feel like that's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker. And I'm not trying to go on 2-3 dates with you, 4 or 5 dates. I want to know right now, do you want kids?
Everybody's mind could change though.
I feel like if they like you that much, they might have changed then. They might have changed then. My thing is, if you don't want kids and your mind can change, you will say, I don't know. It depends. You'll kind of get that vibe. But if they're not feeling you like that, they're going to say, no, I'm done. I don't want no more kids. You'll kind of know if they're open or not by their response.
I feel like, I don't think you should ask it because, or you can save yourself from asking once you get to know the person. Because let's say they do want kids, but then you get to know them just no. So you don't even have to ask it and vice versa, so just get to know.
I don't want to get to know you if you don't want kids and I want more kids. I don't want to get to know you. That's the way I can get to know somebody that want kids.
That's true. That's true. But I feel like eventually it'll come. I don't know. In order to even get to the kids part, you gotta know if you like them. You
Well, no,
know?
you talk about kids on your first date because I feel like I need to know how many kids you have, the baby mamas, and all of that on the first date. I need to know, how much time do you spend with your kids, or I mean, I need to know that, and then I'm gonna ask, okay, so do you want more kids, or and we get to flowing right there.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, they need other first date conversations, like not talking about finance, just getting to know people.
Not
What were you thinking
crying.
of your child? No, yeah. So you don't cry. Right. See what happens when you bring up kids? Like it just is one of them things. It's almost up there with politics. I don't know. Like I don't think it should be talked about so quickly. I don't know. So that's just me. But anything else about their dates?
No, I'm tired of Camille.
Oh, I thought they was gonna have a double elimination too, because they had a double elimination with the guys.
Me too. I thought they were gonna eliminate her too. He did it so good. You are not. I'm like, yes.
Camille is the Corey. Like, you know how Corey was on to make the show a little interesting? She's like the female version of that. Like, she's making the show a little bit more interesting. But I'm like, I'm upset with her in a way too, because I do want to see her try and trust the process. I do want to see her maybe make some other connections. Like, I just do. Like,
her looks are getting her by. That's all it is. Just like with Corey.
But how is it getting her by when nobody else is talking to her?
She's not approachable. And do you see the look she give people? She not trying to get to know nobody. She specifically told that man at the table, look, I'm not about to waste nobody's time. Even when it came time for that guy, when she thought she was about to get eliminated, she was like, we could have did this on Zoom. And she was just sitting there like, can we make this quick? I just came from here. I got to go here. I mean, that woman is rude.
Yeah, she is. She is. But see, they keeping her for a reason. I guess, like you said, maybe it's the body, the looks, and stuff like that. But I would like to see how her maybe in Walter vibe.
Walter ain't gonna. I'm gonna say something. I don't know no other man on this panel besides Cornelia that's gonna deal with her. Even me, whatever his name is. He seemed like if they wasn't on camera, he probably would have put her in her place. The only man, I take that back. The only man that I can see that probably other than Cornelia that would deal with her and let her run all over him is Phil. But all them other men is not gonna have her. I'm sorry. She'll be put in her place.
You gonna stop trying to play my boy Phil, okay?
Because Phil just seemed like, I don't know. He just seemed like he's nice like Cornelia is. He cares. He just not gonna put her in her place. I don't get that vibe from him. She got to try to run him over for him to say something. That's how I feel about Cornelia. It's just like Cornelius literally have to wake up and see her with a gun to his head in the morning for him to really tell her, look, this is not acceptable.
And own people, y'all gotta fix this. They use the same template from last season, because on the TV it say Phil is 37, not 51.
Oh, so wow.
Y'all need to fix that. Like, yeah, now when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, he do look 37 or whatever. All right. So let's talk about this, because I seen that Stay Tuned Reviews wrote something about Courtney. So let's talk about Courtney's date with Cornell. She is tall, 5'10". Oh my gosh.
I figured she was tall.
I mean, yeah, she looks tall, but I'm like seeing the number 5'10". And people think I'm tall. I'm saying not as tall as her. 5'5". Yeah, I'm like Carrie's height. But
me too.
Haley, yeah. How tall is Zadia? 5'6". Yeah. All right. So, what did you think about Courtney and Cornelia's date?
I was uncomfortable for him. I was like cringing for him, and I was embarrassed for her, because it's like, I hope when she actually seen herself on TV, I hope she thought to herself that she don't want to be that type of woman. You get what I'm saying? Because here's a man that's literally the 1%er. That's like no other man. We may not even meet a man like that in life, where This man says, look, I'm a Christian. I want to be celibate until marriage. And that's what it is. And I'm serious. So you're taking one of the good men's and you're trying to bring him on the bad side. And I didn't appreciate that. And I'm happy that she went home. I mean, I still wanted, if I had to choose between her and Camille, I really wish Camille would have went home and she would have stayed to find somebody that was willing to, be on the type of time she was on. But I mean, it's just unfortunate that she had to go. I feel like she kind of played with the wrong person. Like, she probably thought it was cute. Maybe she's not used to being denied, especially not that. But Cornelius is a different type of guy, and he just wasn't having it.
Right, because when we did our predictions, no one seen Courtney. Like, ain't nobody even put Courtney up there. We always say like Camille and Sia. You know what I mean? Because I felt like, even though we didn't see Courtney talk to nobody else besides like Corey and maybe Cornelius, I felt like some of the guys were probably still interested in her. So when they started talking about like, oh, Courtney, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was so surprised. Like, I feel like she made like a little bit more connections with other people more than Camille. So like, I feel you on that. Like, I was kind of confused. Like, I would rather Camille go home than Courtney. Like you said, just maybe Courtney could meet and talk to Frank, because they both sexual people. So that would have been a good match. But I was just so surprised she was going home. And I wanted to bring up this point too. Do you feel like Courtney was kind of playing a role? Like she was acting? Because I really don't feel like she's that forward in real life. Like, I think she was just playing a seductress. Because she was crying afterwards, in her confessions.
She's just not used to rejection, that's all.
Really? I felt like she was just like crying because that really wasn't her. Kind of like Tiffany. Do you know who Funky Dineva is? The YouTuber? You do? Yeah. Okay, remember he did a review on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and he was like, when Tiffany was crying when she got confronted by Maurice, she's not really a mean girl like that. Because he was like, do you think Giselle would have started crying if somebody confronted her? Right. Do you think Kenya Moore would have started crying? No,
I wish he reviewed some more. He stopped reviewing them.
I know. Like, I understand he doing his Fox News thing. Like, I'm happy for you.
I look forward to his reviews.
Huh?
I look forward to his little reviews.
Me too. I understand. He doing his thing. But yeah, when he said that, it made sense. So when I see Courtney cry, I'm like, she probably not even all like, really, I don't think she's really like that in real life either. Because even when Corey was pushing up on her a little bit, kind of pushed him back a little. So when someone did give her that energy, she really wasn't like reciprocating it. So I really think that she just was like, I don't really think that was her. Like you said, when she goes back and looks, she may feel like, dang.
I hope so. I feel like that's her all the way. I feel like it was like that. I do.
I don't think so, because alpha females don't cry. You're not gonna let it. You ain't gonna see us. Like, rejection comes with the territory when you're alpha female. You want to be alpha female, okay? So you get rejected like a boss too. Remember, she kept saying, "I'm a boss."
She's not used to rejection. That's why she came on to Cornelius. It was hard for her to fathom that this man don't want all of that, and it was obvious that she wasn't used to that. Like.
But I feel like it's not fair. Like, I feel like she shouldn't did it with him because his stance. Now, if it was Frank or somebody, then and they reject her, I could see her taking that.
Right. It's like, if there was a woman, if the opposite roles was flipped and it was a man pressuring a woman like that, baby, they'd have got all type of whatever they call it. Everybody would have had something to say about that. And I feel like they really let Courtney off easy. I feel like they need to let her know that was not okay.
That's true. Let me see. Courtney, aka Pepe Le Pew, she friend zoned herself out of the final 3. Oh, okay. I hope you come back. I'm gonna go watch whatever you put up to. Y'all gotta watch Stay Tuned reviews. I like his reviews. Maybe we should have him on the show. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna talk to him offline. Like, hey, you should come on and let's have a male perspective when we review these shows. But okay, yes. Do you think she friend zoned herself? I don't think she friend zoned herself, but
she definitely walked up the wrong tree.
Right. I wish she would have did it to some. I would like to see that sexual energy between her and Frank. I would like to see what that looked like in real time. Poor Cornelius. All right, so we done already talked about the two people that went home, which was Courtney and Camille got a little sit down. So let me go to Twitter, see what they talking about on there. Oops, X. All right. See, y'all see, I mean, all right, got it in here. Yeah, so let's look at latest. All right. So they talking about what's her face, Sabrina in this. And they said, I thought sis ain't no Korean with Tyrone. But with this new guy, she's Rosetta, she's a Rosetta Stone. That was funny. Okay. Moomin, I'm saving myself for marriage. Frank, I'm hypersexual. Them, I'm looking forward to another date. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't. With those two mismatching. Let's see. All right, read that last week. Dear producers, send Camille home now. Okay,
Thank you.
Not feeling her.
Thank you.
Stop gripping that man in her thigh. Did you not hear anything he said? Yeah,
Right.
You're right. If it was a woman, if it was reversed, it'll be World War III.
Maybe the movement would be reached out.
You say it again.
The Me Too movement would have been called. You touching all on me? Like,
see, what about the He Too movement? What about where's the people that advocated for the men? Y'all want everybody
right. He looked uncomfortable.
Right. What about
he touching all on his thigh?
But yeah, I guess because most society don't see women as a sexual threat, kind of, so yeah. 3 kids, 3 baby mamas. Yeah, Dante may need to settle down with one of the ladies who don't want any more children. Oh, I thought they was about to say what you said. He needs to settle down with one of his baby mamas.
No, with his baby mama.
Like, oh, that's true. You just said that. Sean said he can pay a bill or two. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good way.
So they kept Camille.
Right.
if red flag was a person, we only have 48 days left. Oh, what's the they just no. I only seen Camille bring unhinged, materialistic, self-absorbed, emotional abuse to the table. Where's the ready to love part? You know what? That is a very good point. I have not seen her get vulnerable. You know what I mean?
Nope.
I have not seen that side of her. Like, oh, this is why I'm ready to love my ex, or from the past, and I just want to.
Yeah,
that is a good point. Let me make sure I like that. That's
then I seen a special you were talking about where they were kind of like introducing the cast with Jason. I don't think Camille was telling the truth. I got liar. She was looking different ways. She said that. I got liar. I don't believe she was proposed to 3 times. Where are these men? Bring them forward. Bring them. Bring them. I think that's a lie.
Because the thing is, I don't think she would be coming off the way that she was coming off if people was on her like that.
Yeah,
I can see that. I knew I liked Phil. Look at him being a blanket of protection for Aisha during a vulnerable moment.
Him and that napkin.
But you seeing like you felt like it was like he was just doing what he felt was right in the moment.
I mean, imagine how they would really bash him if he just sat there across the table and just looked at her and be like, it's okay, it's okay. He had to. I mean, any person with a brain would go over there, and I guess, honey, he was put in an uncomfortable position.
I liked it. I liked it. I liked I thought it was nice. But see, that's why you were here, to give us another perspective. Why are you here, Camille? Why? I'm confused. So that's what everybody is. Everybody's tired of her.
When I say I'm so done with her, oh, I'm so annoyed with her. I swear.
Everybody is done with this girl. Okay. In the casting special, Courtney was upset that her ex was expecting her to be the wild Courtney. She was in her younger days. Yet every time I see Courtney, she's leading with sex. What changed, sis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make it make sense. Y'all sent Courtney home, but let Camille stay. People is mad. Dante has 3 kids and 3 baby mamas. Feel supporting her in this moment. Oh, yeah, that was nice. Camille has to go. Camille has got to go. She is very childish in her big age of 42.
Yeah.
Cornelius, crazy is what crazy does, and him choosing a woman that cussed him out, called him goofy, country bunking, and that's who I choose. You get what you get.
It's like, is he ready to love for choosing a woman like that?
Right. Why the abuse? Both of them, both the women he liking or like that's kind of that he's interested in are both like abusive in a way, or like they are crossing boundaries. Maybe that's what I want to say.
Oh, and see, they just said what I just said. That is so crazy. I just said that. Is he really ready to
Yeah.
love? If that girl, that is crazy. And that makes me
Yes.
think, is he really ready? Why would you choose a woman like that?
Well, both of the ones. First, the Courtney goes across his boundaries, his like physical boundaries that he don't like, and this lady crosses his like emotional boundaries or whatever, pushes the envelope. Like both of the women, like I want to see him with somebody else. I do. I'm getting tired of seeing him with Camille too. Switch it up. They just make me mad.
Yeah.
This season.
I think you pinpointed it good. I think by you saying he needs to hook up with Lumine, I think there's a be. I think so.
But why hasn't he yet? Like nephew Tommy was saying, like they're halfway through. Come on, mix and mingle, people. Like I just want to
Camille
see.
won't let him, girl. Once Camille leaves, because he's scared of her. Once she leaves, then he'll move on.
Okay, yeah, because honestly, Camille is the only one that I feel like. Let's say they go to the ladies' lounge. Camille's the only one that's going to speak up for him to make him stay. So that's why I feel like he should have more connections instead of just one, so he can stay longer. Not to say it's about staying, but you know what I mean, like so somebody else can speak up for him. But
I think Cornelius will stay because the women want to get to know him. They want.
Okay, all right, I can see that. Okay, so this is the last one I'll read because it's all about Camille. Everybody's not feeling her. Camille is straight rude. She's too grown to behave this way. She's a nasty piece of work, isn't she? This is true. This is true. All right, so that ends our review of Ready to Love season 5 DC edition. We didn't even get a chance to rate this episode, but on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate the episode of Ready to Love?
I'm gonna say it was a 0.
Oh gosh, I was at least gonna give it a 7. Even though we didn't have too many notes, it was okay. But you gave it an absolute 0.
I'm so done with Ready to Love because I'm really ready. This does not make no sense. But that person said was right. She haven't shown that she's ready to love at all.
No, that is so true. I have not gotten that. I would like to see that part of her. You know, maybe she got something to prove. Sometimes when women going like when they're so like, maybe they're trying to prove something to their ex-boyfriend, like, oh, I can get somebody else, or you know, their agenda is too rigid. It's not like flowy, like they're not meshing. But yes, Sister Funkenstein gave this episode a 6. I'm right with you. I'm in the mid 6, 7. I give it a 6, 7. So now we're gonna change gears and talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, even though there's not really much to talk about. um and that. So I'll just go on Twitter so we can see what people were saying, how upset they were with this episode. Well, this filler episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I guess that's what I
Yeah,
call
because it wasn't a new episode, right?
it. Right. People
Okay,
was
that's what I
mad.
figured.
So I'm just gonna read the mad things that people were saying. See, yeah, let me just, and that's what we'll talk about, and maybe some things will come to our mind that like we can share. So for Love and Marriage Huntsville, someone said, "I know this whole episode ain't about stuff we've already seen. This was not in the preview."
Right.
Hoodwinked, bamboozled, led
Exactly.
astray, run amok, and flat out deceived. Woo! Waste of TV space and lazy production to make an episode of clips of Mel and Martell that we've already seen. Real fans don't need this
Exactly.
episode at all. See, people just so mad. See, like, look, it's just going from last week's episode because there's nothing up here from the other day. Yeah. Oh, here's 20 hours ago. Is this whole episode about Melody and Martell's arguments? And it was. And it was. It's the audacity for
That's
me.
a shame.
It's the audacity for me. On TV knows that they should have saved this compilation episode for YouTube. Right. They should have thrown it on their YouTube site. They didn't have to do that to us. They did not have to do that.
I ain't even watch it, to be honest. After I seen it was old stuff, I ain't waste my time watching it.
You know what? Me either. So Sister Funkenstein said, I think Mel's teaser commercial. That's what it was. Right. My side, his side, and the truth. I think this was Mel's piecing together clips of her side of the truth. Interesting. You know, that could be it. Because I do feel like the producers love her. I meant to add Carlos. Hold on. Let me see. What is it? Is it Carlos? No, it's the Carlos King. Oh, there he is. Let me see what he said. Because Carlos, don't be doing that to us. Oh, okay. He didn't tweet since last week. Oh, that's 2 hours ago. That was him. Oh, no, that's not him. I think I found Jamal.
I cannot.
Let me see. All right. Well, I guess he didn't say nothing about what people were saying either. So, all right. But yeah, we didn't have much to talk about. Wait a minute. We don't get a new episode. So basically, a lot of us was upset, okay? Because usually, you know what? People, y'all messing stuff up because usually I'm able to make a video, like a little quick review video of my thoughts of a situation that came on from Love and Marriage Huntsville. I can't even do this week. So maybe I'll go back and look at the arguments or something and make a video out of that. Like, if you're going to be arguing with people this much, maybe that's what I'll do. But y'all messing up my YouTube content, y'all. So, yeah. So this was a short one. Oh, look, we're underneath an hour. Were there any other thoughts that you had that you wanted to share? Maybe from that argument episode?
Nothing. I didn't even watch it.
Once I realized, I'm like, what?
I didn't watch it.
Okay. Well, we give that episode I'll give it a 1, since it did make us go down memory lane for something. I'll give it a 1. Other than that, it didn't give us nothing.
No.
Excuse me. All right. Well, until next week, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back for another review, and it'll definitely be Sister Funkenstein gave it a 0. Right? You gave it a 0. I was trying to be generous. For the people that put it together, I'll give it a 1. But yes, don't forget to join us again next week for another round. And hopefully we'll have a lot to talk about when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville. At least they kept us on the edge for this episode. But other than that, we will talk to you guys soon. Bye.